Satanic Panic was a moral panic focused on satanic ritual abuse, characterized by widespread fear and paranoia. In shows and media, it portrayed satanic rituals as real, leading to many innocent people having their lives ruined by false accusations. This era saw a proliferation of alarming falsehoods, including myths about missing children, despite little to no evidence supporting such claims. In the 1980s and early 90s, numerous allegations of satanic ritual abuse emerged across the United States, with individuals being accused of participating in gruesome rituals involving child abuse, sacrifice, and other heinous acts. These accusations often stemmed from recovered memories obtained through controversial therapeutic techniques, leading to sensationalized trials and media coverage. Satanic panic was a moral panic, a broader concept describing societal fears and anxieties towards the other, often fueled by conspiracy theories and exaggerated threats. In the context of satanic panic, this manifested as a collective hysteria surrounding the perceived threat of satanic cults infiltrating communities and engaging in ritualistic abuse. During the establishment of Christianity in medieval Europe, institutional religious power was fraught with anxiety over hearsay, apostasy, and perceived threats to its dominance. Christianity sought to supersede Judaism, leading to theological tensions and suspicions. Anti Semitic sentiments fueled conspiracies, falsely accusing Jews of egregious acts like human sacrifice. Blood libel refers to a false accusation that Jewish people used the blood of Christian children for religious rituals like matzah for Passover. The myth gained traction, with accusations of ritual murder serving as a scapegoat for societal problems. These accusations had devastating consequences for Jewish communities, resulting in widespread persecution, violence, and legal discrimination. The theological instabilities prevalent during the medieval era reached a climax in the early modern era with the emergence of the witch hunt hysteria. The elaborated theory of witchcraft led to primarily women being accused of practicing sorcery. Allegations of satanic rituals and sacrifices were used to justify frenzied persecution. The Malleus Maleficarum, which translates as the Hammer of Witches, is a treatise published in 1487 which served as a manual for witchcraft during the early modern period. Authors Heinrich Kramer and Jacob Sprenger claimed witches were agents of Satan who engaged in malevolent acts and participated in sabbats or gatherings presided over by the devil. In early Christianity, the concept of the devil, derived from the Hebrew term Satan, meaning adversary, served as the embodiment of evil and temptation. The devil was often portrayed as the principal monster, representing the ultimate adversary to God and humanity, also representing sinful excesses and mixing of opposites. A significant biblical narrative is the story of Job, a devout servant of Yahweh who is God and creator/sustainer of the universe. The devil challenges God's assertion that Job's faith is unshakable by inflicting him with great hardship. This narrative raises questions about the problem of evil, exploring why bad things happen to good people and the nature of divine justice. The social and economic pressures of the era in which satanic panic was at its peak created fertile ground for fear and anxiety. The early 1980s were a time of uncertainty marked by a severe economic downturn characterized by high inflation, rising unemployment rates, and stagnant wages. The recession led to widespread financial insecurity and heightened social tensions, as economic uncertainty contributed to a sense of social dislocation and alienation. It provided a convenient scapegoat onto which people could project their fears and frustrations, offering a semblance of control in an otherwise chaotic world. Similar to the Book of Job, the circumstances of this era evoked existential angst and moral vulnerability. When people are confronted with personal or collective suffering, they may question the fairness of the universe and the efficacy of values and religious beliefs, while rendering them susceptible to panic and apocalyptic thinking as they search for meaning and security. This fact prompted evangelical leaders to frame societal issues as battles between good and evil, with Satan portrayed as an active and pervasive force seeking to corrupt society. This worldview reinforced beliefs in satanic influence and contributed to the propagation of moral panic surrounding perceived threats to traditional values and religious beliefs. Michelle Remembers, a book written by Michelle Smith and her psychiatrist Lawrence Pazder in 1980, purports to be a true account of Smith's recovered memories of satanic ritual abuse she experienced as a child. It's often regarded as ground zero for the spread of satanic panic, and some critics suggest it potentially reinforces a Catholic agenda as it's very religiously charged. Michelle's accounts emerged from therapy sessions where she allegedly recovered repressed memories with the help of Pazder. This therapeutic technique involves suggestive questioning and hypnosis, leading to the emergence of sensational claims of satanic ritual abuse. Using these techniques in therapy can lead to the formation of false memories where individuals vividly recall events that never occurred. Easy to recognize symbols like the pentagram were utilized as sticky memes in satanic panic propaganda, capitalizing on public fears and misconceptions about occult symbolism. It was portrayed as a sinister emblem of satanic rituals, even though in medieval Europe the pentagram was associated with mystical traditions and Christian symbolism. Baphomet is a deity that has been associated with Satanism, often depicted as a goat headed figure with wings and a pentagram on its forehead. It was falsely portrayed as a symbol of satanic worship. Though Baphomet does not represent satanic beliefs or practices, it has historical connections to various occult traditions, including alchemy and Western esotericism. Aleister Crowley, a British occultist and mystic, played a significant role in shaping the cultural backdrop of the Satanic Panic. Crowley's esoteric teachings found resonance among countercultural movements during the late 19th and early 20th centuries and prompted a rise in neo-paganism. His emphasis on spiritual autonomy and the pursuit of individual will appealed to those seeking alternative paths to enlightenment. Anton LaVey was deeply influenced by the teachings of Aleister Crowley and in 1966 established the Church of Satan in San Francisco, drawing upon elements of Crowleyan occultism, Nietzschean philosophy, and his own idiosyncratic beliefs. The Church of Satan rejected traditional religious dogma and embraced the philosophy of individualism, self-indulgence, and rational self-interest. During times of social turmoil, historical patterns of moral panic often resurface. The Satanic Panic of the 80s and early 90s exemplifies this phenomenon. This frenzy echoed prior episodes of moral panic fueled by fear and uncertainty. This serves as a poignant reminder of the enduring impact of hysteria on societal beliefs during periods of upheaval.